Oh my God. The mad thing. Jiggy boys.
We are in the Orange Box by JBL. I'm joined by my co-host Sian Anderson in the building.
Cheese!
And the lovely Miss Banks. Ooh, look at the bling bling.
Bling bling.
How are you today, Banksy?
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Great, man. We got you in the building, so of course we are happy.
Very, very happy. I see you shining. Bling bling.
I want to ask you some quick questions, just quick ones, quick fire questions, yeah?
Okay.
Because me and Sai have been working on something, yeah? If you could listen to one genre for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh my God,
I'm
no.
not bloody coming to play.
Rap, just rap.
Just rap.
Yeah.
Also, what was the first album that you bought?
Britney Spears.
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
just
The
the self-entitled one,
The
yeah.
single. That was my first single.
Do you not remember her song yet? I'm a
Yeah, that was
crazy song. I didn't understand what she was talking about then, but now I get it. You're naughty.
Do you know what? When you listen back, to Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears and Pink and all them gal now, and you're listening to what that's actually really
I
saying.
didn't know what Voulez-vous coucher
I
avec moi
can't
means.
believe.
Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't get it either. But you really thought you did. Thank you.
Obviously, you know, Banks is from my neck of the woods.
Okay.
And she's
Done
made
now.
it as a star. I'll say worldwide star now. They know you in different countries.
I'll take that.
Okay. But how is it being from the ends, and like, is that an integral part of your story and how you are and the way you carry yourself? Would you say that that's the reason why you make the music you make, because of where you're from?
Definitely. I feel like where I've grew up has a massive influence on me and my sound and like my subject matter. I just feel like it's very South London, what we eat, how we speak, what we wear. And I feel like growing up where I've been through a lot. I want to speak more on it the further along I get in my journey. But yeah, I've been through a lot. So it's nice to get like worldwide recognition, like you said, and just getting noticed and having people listen to me and inspiring people.
When you first started rapping, what were you rapping about?
Oh my God, the mad thing. I was saying, and I don't know why. I think obviously because there's a lot of like battle rap. When I was coming out, it was like I always had an opponent. Like I was always going against someone.
On my life, I used to say, who's this girl beefing?
Listen, but I had real life beef. That I had problems. Like,
Was it real? Like, was it real? You was really writing at someone?
I don't think of anyone particular because I don't feel that's really the right way to put my energy into it. But I feel like sometimes, like I said, growing in South, sometimes you do feel like you're back against the wall, and it feels like there's a lot of people against you. It may not be the whole world, but at the time it felt like that. So there's no one particular. Maybe different situations give me different inspiration at certain times, but yeah, it's just. If you're up, it's at you.
Were you telling the truth in your early bars? Because you got a lot of rappers that start out and they're like talking about their car and their watch and this and
It's
their mansion. Was you on that flex or was you talking the real at the time?
I think I was talking the real, and I spoke a lot about the struggle when I was coming up. I spoke about not having much and growing up in a council estate and having to just hustle 10 times harder just to make ends meet. I feel like I made that very clear. It can be that the rap thing can be very much a facade sometimes, and everyone wants to sell that dream, but it's very much relatable, the struggle as well. A lot of people are going through it more than people that are actually flossing and living their best life. So I feel like I was honest. I'm trying to think, did I ever really fabricate anything? I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
But do you know what's good about you? I think it's like you said, you are from the hood, and it's like you've made it to a place where we're not in the hood no more, but you'll still have that element in you as well.
Yeah.
What were your influences like around you when you was growing up that made you think, you know what, no, I need to do this? Because from what I remember of you, you was always like the man them. You was always, Banks, man, that's man's G. Like, what was it about? What was it? Yeah, come on, man, from the hood, baby. But like, what was it about like the way you grew up that made you want to become a rapper?
I feel like, music runs in my family. I got a very music-orientated family. My mum's brother could rap. My dad's brother was a rapper. He was in a grime group called Essentials. So growing up,
Big up the Essentials, man.
Yeah, music was very much in my family. Like, they had me watching Risky Rose at like 11, 12. Like, so I was learning. Yeah, for real. Like, I remember madness. But yeah, it's very much in my family. And also as well, so I saw my uncle like go through it, and he done really well. He had a good run, and I just wanted to take it to that furthest extent. And I feel like at times as well, because rap can be such a flossy thing, or there's the like rich rap which came into like trend how many decades back. I wanted to come out when I was already made. I wanted to have my whip. I wanted to have the big watch house, and then little did I know the music was going to help me get to where I want to be. Like, I didn't have to wait to be ready. So I feel like, I don't know, just obviously having music in my family, wanting to have a good life and realising I can make good money off my passion. That's what really pushed me. Like, I see my mum work really hard. We're like the second generation. Let's make it worthwhile. They came here to have a better life. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to give that to them.
Were there women in rap around when you first started? Because now you can come out and say, I want to be a rapper, and you can look at Miss Banks for influence.
Yeah.
But from what I remember when you first started out, there was kind of really only American rappers other than, you know, the people like Miss Dynamite, here in the UK, like Estelle, but people who had gone like super far. Was there anyone that you could say, yeah, I looked at that person and I felt inspired that I could do this thing in rap as a woman in the UK?
I feel like there was like what you said, Miss Dynamite was out, Estelle was out. There was a massive gap, but 2 women that really inspired me in that time, I'd say, was Lady Leisha and Lioness. They always stuck out to me. There's a lot of other women that I remember watching that I thought was sick, like Lady Shan, Nole, Paigey. Like, I saw them, but I remember seeing Leisha and Lioness. I was thinking, because I don't know if Lioness is actually from South. I think she is.
Yes. She's from Blue Bar.
Yeah, okay. She also said that. Okay. So yeah, they really inspired me. Like, and I remember watching Leisha. She done like a freestyle on SBTV or something, and she was just like, "Oh, you say you're really down for this success, but deep down, if you really want it, come." And I remember hearing that bar and thinking, "Oh my God, she's actually saying, if you're really about this life, you better go for it." And I thought, wow, this girl's doing her thing. Why can't I do it? You know? So that really inspired me as well.
Were there any hurdles that you kind of faced on your journey, like to being where you are right now? And if so, let us know, please.
There was many hurdles. Like music, you see, like before I came out, I was really confident in myself, and I thought, I'm hard. This is gonna be a walk in the park. I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna shut down the game. Of milli views first day, done viral. And then when I started, I was like, raw. This thing ain't easy. It's a lot of grafting. Like, and obviously, I don't know if it's the same now, but when I came out, it wasn't just online. I was going to like open mics and shows and networking and performing, just trying to get my voice out there. And it was hard. And even just like before you have the funds to shoot videos and record, like when you're not known and you ain't popping like that, people don't want to give you free studio. It's funny, them things come when you can afford it.
Yeah.
But
so mad, isn't it?
listen, before that, no one cares. Or even just to get on the platform, like a lot of men take stuff for granted, like GRM and Link Up. Back in the day, if you weren't known or lit like that, you had to pay. And even if you paid, you might not still get on the platform. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of struggles, and I just feel like obviously it's different for me being a black girl. Like it's a whole different ball game. I feel like I have to really stick my neck out and work 10 times harder and be great. I can't just be good.
We're speaking about your sound and how important it is in the scene as well. But when you make music, do you ever like listen to it in the car or in the studio and you're like, yeah, this is the one? And where is the place that you go to say, okay, cool, if it sounds good here, I know it's going to sound good anywhere?
I feel like things always sound better in the car though.
In the skirt?
Yeah, it always feels better, and I didn't have that privilege a while back ago. So
of course. We all didn't. We all didn't. It was Uber or bus, you get me?
So, when I hear it in the car and it bangs, I know it's a go.
Are you thinking about the genres when you're creating your music? Are you like, this falls into like a little grime flow, or this is rap, or this is pop, or this is Afro beats, or are you just creating?
I feel like I'm just creating. I know what I like. Like, I feel like when it comes to rap, I sit really well on 100 BPM beats, like real rap stuff. I feel that just suits me. And then obviously I love the Afro beats. And the reason why, I love Afro beats anyway, but the reason why I started doing it is because I can't speak my language, but I wanted a way to connect with back home. And I felt like I wasn't able to do it through my raps, but I knew if I had a melody and the right beats, it's gonna go. So when I went to Nigeria and we're hearing Snack at that, I'm like, this is mad, and they love it, and they're doing legwork. Like this is what we wanted, even though our team doesn't sound as authentic as theirs, but we're getting there anyway. But yeah, so that's why I love the Afrobeats thing as well. And then I guess I'm a lover of all type of sounds. Like if it's presented to me and it's lit, it could be that, it could be a drill beat. Like yeah, I'm all for it.
The Keisha and Becky, when you jumped on that song, I remember like someone played it to me, and then it's mad because people were like, I'm not gonna lie, Banks tore it on that one, you know? Like, do you feel like as a female, you have to work extra harder in the scene, especially when you make songs with male artists, to basically have your own on there and don't feel like you're just on there because you're a female?
Yeah, Gunlean, that's exactly how I felt. And it's so mad because
oh, it was Gunlean, innit?
Yeah, it's Gunlean. So
you know, sometimes it sounds like the same song. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're not the only.
No, I'll be honest with you.
You're not the only one that's said that anyway. It's cool, but like, basically, yeah, I remember hearing it and thinking, I have to do my thing, and I felt like I went really hard, and I do feel like, thank God, it's getting easier now. But like, even though it doesn't seem too long ago, when I jumped in that tune, there's still very much a sexist outlook on girls. Like, a lot of man them, I don't know, expecting me maybe to come on there and talk about the same thing the man will talk about. I'm not gonna gas it. Why am I gonna talk about drilling? I ain't drilling no one, bro. But I'm jumping in my Addison Lee, looking icy, like just stick to what I know. Do you get me? But I liked it, and it's mad because I was listening to the verses and I didn't really catch anything that I thought was like. Before, obviously, I laid my verse. I listened to the man them verses. I was thinking nothing really caught me. Then when it actually came out and I was really deep, and I was thinking, no, they went in, but like. Yeah, I don't know. As a woman, I always do think I have to go hard. But in the back of my mind, I always think I'm levels anyway. So I just don't really, it's mad. That's what I was saying. I don't think I really took it in because I always just think, yeah, I'm there.
Do you think lyrics are important when it comes to like sending a message out? Like, because you obviously talk your you've got something to say. You don't mind talking about how turned up you are.
Yeah.
Like, you've got that vibe. Like, do you ever feel like anything's like too much?
Sometimes I do. And I feel like you got to have that balance because even though people, like especially artists, don't want to be a role model, you are naturally that. You are naturally an influential person. People are looking at you and they're following your footsteps. So as much as you don't want to be that person and you want to tell people, well, you got your kids, you check your kids and tell them how to move, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Because a kid is their own person at a certain age. So if I'm saying a madness and they like me, they might follow suit. And I'm not explaining things in details. So sometimes I do feel really like, sometimes I do think, maybe don't say that. Or I've had a few things I've said and I slightly regret it. It's hard to bottle, but it's a hard balance because music's supposed to be the time when you express yourself and tell your truth. So, but I'm defo conscious and I'm aware of stuff. Yeah.
Have you ever had that, like, having to explain to your parents that, okay, cool, this is what I do. It doesn't mean that everything I'm saying is true, but I'm an artist and this is how I express myself. And what was that conversation like?
It was cool, you know. There was mad times, like, I remember one of the hardest ones for me was back in the day, I done an SPTV freestyle, and I remember I originally wrote something and Jamal was like, oh, it's not deep enough. And then I went back. It don't even have mad views, but I laid my life on the table and I spoke about some things in depth. And I remember my mum being vexed at me, like, are you mad? You went to go and say this happened to you in you know, and family business. But it's like, that's my story, innit? I should be allowed to say it. And she still supported me in the end, but it's been hard sometimes. Like, especially when the stuff that's happening in your family or at home. Yeah.
The honesty in relationships as you're growing is very important. Like, how important has family life obviously been with your success? Because I see even I see you on social media, very close with your family, and it's like even with your cousins or whatever, you keep that very close. And even the party for your dad, it looked like everybody was that's part of the family is involved. Yeah. How important is the family life balancing with that and the success that you have as well?
Very important. And I try not to, I don't want them to ever feel like I'm forgetting them, because you can get really busy and it's like, sometimes even though you're in a good space, I'm always reaching for more. I'm always trying to do more. So sometimes I don't see them or they don't hear from me and they're like, you know, what's going on? But it is really important for me to have that balance. And sometimes I'm not really on the phone person. So I just pull up and you're like, I'm in the ends, I'm free. Let me come check you, you know? But like, yeah, they know how much I care about them. And really and truly, my success is not only for me, it's for my family. I want my mum to be good. I want to move right at the ends. I want to make sure she's comfortable. She'll always work because she just wants to work. But like, those little things help me. Like even getting a present for my dad's birthday, he was so gassed. Like something that, for me, it wasn't really major, but he was like super happy. And it's like, yeah, I want to be able to provide. So the balance is important. Make sure I'm working, but make sure I still see them and provide. Was there a particular moment where you felt like they understood Miss Banks has really arrived, like we are really here, like we are really doing this? Because I know there was like the Nicki Minaj shout out, and obviously that's somebody that you talk to now. Like, was that the moment where your family and friends was like, okay, like she's gonna go clear, or was it like a particular show? I would before all that happened, I think when they started realizing that I was actually making money from music and I was stable.
Of course.
Because when I first said I wanted to do music, they were like, I think one time he didn't say it directly to me, but my dad tried to say something to my mum like, don't you think she should get a real job?
Oh man. It's typical though. It's typical. As in, is this not a real job?
Uncle. Like, but when they say I was making money, I was doing shows, because even before I had like a breakthrough moment, I guess like with Snack and stuff, I was still doing festivals. I'll probably say like around 2018 actually, when I was doing a lot of the festivals, I was like Wireless, Murky, just traveling. They were just like, wow, this is really opening doors for you. You're getting to travel the world. And a lot of people don't see that. They think once you get they think you're only making money at a commercial level when you're on the TV and you're charting, but there's money before that in the industry. Yeah, so.
The sick part of it is like, not proving your parents wrong, but showing them that they've raised someone who's going to make it work regardless. Yeah. I remember I FaceTimed my dad one time when I was with Ian Wright, and I was like, Dad, look. And the man lost composure, all because he's a proper Arsenal fan, innit? It's like, what was it that you done for your parents, that made you feel inside that, wow, man, I've given something to my parents that it's more than anything can buy them, because this guy loved Arsenal, and I showed him the person that made him love Arsenal. Like, and I'm his son. He never would have thought I would be able to do that. Look at me now. My
dad met Davido backstage at Wireless.
Did Davido shout at your dad?
That was no. He was really. My dad was the one shouting, this be my daughter here. She's from Niger. Look after, that's your sister now. Look after her. I'm thinking, Dad, just chill. He was so gassed. He was so gassed. And then probably, my mum's always been supportive and always rolled with me. But I think her probably meeting Nikki on tour was a big thing for her. I've never seen my mum smitten. She was like, oh, how are you? Thank you for supporting my daughter. And, yeah.
How was that though? Because Nikki ain't no normal person, bro. This is talking about Nikki, arguably the queen of rap, in the last 10 years. How was that for you as well?
It was big. It was big. And I feel like a lot of people don't see how life-changing a co-sign like that can be. For someone at that status to say, oh, look, I believe in this girl, she's dope. It made a lot of people that wasn't looking at me before be like, oh, let's see what Banks is doing. It's the first time I was ever in talk with labels and people wanted to really know what I was about. So yeah, it was dope. It was a very life-changing moment for me.
Do you feel like she's helped you develop your sound and develop your music in the conversations you have with her?
Yeah. But I feel like, because we was working on some stuff and she really wanted that yard girl flex that was on Yazumi, and I was like, Face, I'm not Jamaican. I'm not Jamaican, I can't always do it. But yeah, she did, because she always told me you have to go hard and not on a big scale. You have to make sure you kill it like you're a woman. Make sure you give it to them. And she's obviously proven that with times when she done Monster and all them things. She gets it. So it's good to have someone at that level kind of mentor you and tell you those things.
After you got I guess that cosign and all of the amazing things that's happened over the past couple of years, has why music matters to you changed?
Yeah, it definitely is. Like I said, I've just realised for real that it's bigger than me. More even though I have a message, what is my actual message? How am I making people feel? How do I want to make people feel? The people after me, am I opening doors? Because I believe that the more success I have, the more easy it's going to be for the next girl that's like me. So all of that is really important to me. And just having longevity and really just building a life for myself properly.
And lastly, what if you could say to me what your sound means in one word, what would it be?
Bossy.
Oh! Jeez.
Bossy for them.
Period.
And on that note, thank you so much, Miss Banks, for joining myself, Sian Anderson.
And Harry Pinero.
In the Orange Box, brought to you by JBL.
Woyoy.